You're welcome to the Local Government in Focus platform on the City of Lagos TV show. For us, our mission here is to confirm, verify, and ascertain the level of progress made so far in a very strategic local government area. This is one government that is closer to the people, the grassroots people, and it is of critical importance to confirm the level of progress made so far in terms of policy initiatives, programs, and projects. Today on Local Government in Focus, we're talking about Ajeromi-Ifelodun local government area. It's our pleasure to welcome the executive chairman of the local government, talking about Honorable Olalekan Akindipe. Honorable sir, you're welcome.
Good morning, sir.
It's good to have you on the program.
You're welcome, sir.
First, if you don't mind, sir, we would like to have a brief profile of your person.
My name is Honorable Akindipe Olalekan, the executive chairman of Ajeromi local government. I was born and raised in Ajegunle here. I did my primary school, Goriola Primary School, and I did my secondary school, which happens to be the ground that hosted the governor and Senate president representing the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, commissioning of the 36 schools, my university stage, Unilag. Recently, I was bestowed an honorary degree. You know, I'm still very young and I still expect to still get more qualification to add up to my qualification. So I'm still working towards that.
All right. So now you're a politician.
Yes, full-time politician.
Full-time politician. Thank you very much. We've heard so much about your local government area, Ajeromi-Ifelodun. And this is one of the very strategic local government areas in Lagos State. So, as a grassroots government, what is the vision? I'm sure you have a mission statement of your administration to deliver the dividends of democracy to the citizenry in this local government area.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I think I came prepared. I didn't just join the race that I want to govern my local government. My vision is purely transformation. I plan to touch every aspect that will yield development and bring purposeful governance to my people in Ajeromi local government. Talk about education, talk about health, talk about road and infrastructure, talk about alleviating poverty, talk about bringing ICT development to the local government. Those are the visions I've foreseen for a very long time, and I'm happy I'm working towards achieving all those visions as I envisaged.
Now, what are the diverse and various infrastructural and economic empowerment programs and projects your administration has initiated, you have executed, and implemented since you came to the office?
In my first 100 days in office, I think I did some things nobody ever expected could happen with the short period of time within 100 days. You know, I had 2 roads constructed within that period of 100 days in office. I touched the environmental aspects of the local government too, getting a compactor, being the first local government to purchase a compactor in 100 days in office, and which today I can tell you is actively working. It was even part of what I went out with on sanitation day. I touched the electricity aspect of governance too. People were like, whoa, a local government touching electricity, because I knew the pain my people are going through. I had to purchase 5 new transformers for communities in this same local government. I also did a poverty alleviation program, which has never been done in the history of local government in Lagos State, doing 200 million cash support for our businessmen and businesswomen and our youth, visiting several markets to give them funds for poverty alleviation to support their businesses. Also supporting undergraduates with 100,000 each for more than 200. I think those are few of those things I did in my 100 days in office. I also touched health aspects too, because we did 3 days health program, which was done simultaneously in all our 9 wards. Eye test, malaria test, where we provided some glasses, where we were able to examine the people with critical condition. So we recommended them to some various hospitals where we also finance their final treatment.
Let's look at education. Education is power and is very key. So since you came into office, what are those very laudable efforts you have made to empower people through education?
Knowing the importance of education in our society, I am a youth and I also passed through the wall of schools. So I felt I know what is needed to be done. The first assignment I did was to go around those schools, monitor how active our teachers in schools, taking records of how many teachers, do we have the numbers of teachers that were supposed to be in our schools? Are they really working? I realized some things while doing those visitations, and which immediately I had to inform the Commissioner for Basic Education that this is what we are lacking in our schools. In my local government, you need to, the numbers of teachers are not sufficient enough. Then I had to tell them we need employment of more teachers in our primary schools, which I can tell you today, I was given the mandate to do that. I personally went with their files of application to the ministry. And I want to tell you, most of those schools today now have enough teachers on ground. We are also building several schools. We have one 80% completed. In my 1 year in office, that should be commissioned. So we are doing all we can do within our capacity to make sure we make it comfortable for our children. My local government is the first local government to have free school bus. We have 3 coaster bus with the capacity of 30. We also have 1 bus for the less privileged. And we also gave GC forms to some of our students. It's not just giving the GC forms. There is a standing rules that once you are able to gain admission, the local government will support the first 200 students will get 200,000 grants to support the admission process. We are not just sitting down in the office. We are working and meeting the needs of the people in our local government. I've been working to make sure I bring the goodies, succor, to my people of Ajeromi local government.
What about for women?
We already have a standing rule. In the past dispensation, the legislative arm of Ajeromi passed Women's Summit, so which is coming up in my 1 year in office. We're going to be having a Women's Summit, which will empower our women, encourage them to do more, encourage them to support their businesses and other things they do for a living.
Thank you very much. Now, the issue of drug abuse among the youths. We would like to know, what is the sensitization initiative you are taking so that you can be able to take them away from these drugs, really? Yes.
From what we knew Ajegunle to be back in the days, oh, it's a ghetto, it's a where you cannot, it's like a Jamaican state where you cannot walk around, you get harassed, where people smoke Indian hems around, But I want to tell you, those are things of the past. Ajegunle today, it's not Ajegunle of 20 years ago. It's not even of 10 years back. We've taken a new leave. 4 days back, we held a program in my chamber, drug abuse. If you go outside, you see a banner there, shun drug abuse. They are going to work against drug. Then, on what we are doing as a government to curb illegal sales and taking of illicit drug, a few months ago, with the collaboration of Apapa local government and Apapa Igomu, there used to be a very big market where these drug peddlers, where they peddle the drugs, that's Gidan Drama, were able to storm that area and pull that market down. Agbomalu, where the Lagos State Task Force and other security apparatus came together and stormed the environment and sent everybody packing. When that was done, in few weeks, we had information of them in our premises, I immediately gave the directive to the security officer to go down to that hotel and seal it up. So I am not giving any room for drug peddlers. Like 2 days ago, there is an area where they call Goriola. I had information. The Ajeromi police station went there and pulled those structures down. So in Ajeromi-Ifelodun, there is no room for peddlers of illicit drug. But I believe as a state, there is rehabilitation centers being built. We are still waiting for them to have an office here in Ajeromi where most of these people that take illicit drugs will be rehabilitated. But we can't do more than our capacity, as you should understand.
You have a lot of markets in this local government, and sanitation is very key, which of course brings us to the issue of drainages. So are you making any effort in terms of making sure you build channels just to ensure the local government is clean?
Yeah, let me wrap it together with sanitation. Yeah, because if you don't have constant sanitation, then you have problem of blockage of drainage. Because most of our people has this attitude, nonchalant attitude towards cleaning. So immediately we got the information of reintroduction of sanitation. Yes, we know we're good to go. When we observed this general sanitation, we all went out. All councillors was provided with compactor from each ward. And I believe doing this will help clearing our drainage, because most of the fear is if we clear those drainage, who will evacuate the dirt? And that is what we did, providing compactor. Before now, I had the environmental marshal team, which we had about 32 members stationed around our local government to monitor drainages and where our people throw waste, so that once we have information, we tell our compactor to move and evacuate those waste. I also provided 500 waste baskets for our national union on Saturday, so that they give it to all their bosses. Don't litter the roads. Put your waste in those baskets. So personally, I love cleanliness, and I have taken that as a priority, part of my priority, to make sure we have a cleaner Ajeromi local government.
Today, courtesy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the local government now have autonomy. What's your impression about this policy, and to what extent can it really help you to achieve your goals?
Kudos to Mr. President. Given the power of autonomy, allows the local government to do more. We held a program some weeks back where I personally came out and I was challenging state governors, local government chairmen. Now the local government has capacity to construct a road more than 1 kilometer at a go. The local government now has the power, now has the resources to flag off 4 big projects. All this happened because the resources are there. We don't need to wait for the states to come and construct our roads. Presently, I have about 3 roads under construction. One is about 1 kilometer, another is about 850, another is about 500 kilometers. I also have an ICT center being constructed. All these are the power of autonomy. So we want to appreciate Mr. President, because he's a man of his words. He's a man of wisdom. He's a man that sees tomorrow. He understands how it works. And I want to still encourage our people to vote for him for one more time.
Chairman, the very disturbing issue across the country now is insecurity. And for a local government like yours, just simple question: how safe and secure is Ajeromi-Ifelodun local government?
So I want to beat my chest to answer this question. Ajeromi-Ifelodun is 90% safe. There is no way there won't be some little itches somewhere. But I want to tell you, since I came on board, I have security votes. My security vote was dedicated to a team called Surveillance Team. See something, say something. There are about 12 in numbers. Apart from that, I have a team of local security, which numbers about 20. Most of those bodies are inside the community. So they make the job easier for the police and other security apparatus in the local government. Once they get any information about some, unusual things, immediately they'll get in touch and the police will swing into action. I want to tell you, this is my 9th month. There has never been any riot or any street fights in Ajeromi local government because I was proactive. And this is what I expect other states to emulate. Have local security in place. And that is what Ashiwaju has been crying, begging for. Let us have our local police. They are grounded. They know every nook and crannies.
Fantastic. For a very strategic local government, you have multi-religious, multi-ethnic individuals. So, Chairman, how will you be able to bring some level of peace, cooperation, so that there won't be any fracas between religious groups, Muslims, Christians, and the multi-ethnic groups?
I am a rooted politician. This is my hood. This is where I was born. I can tell you 80% I know every nook and cranny of this local government. And I've been on ground politically. I've been in politics for a very long time. I'm connected. Religious leaders, when it comes to traditional leaders, we connect. I can speak Hausa very fluent. I understand Igbo to some extent. That's to show you the relationship I've had with all ethnicity. And that is why it's been very easy. And when I came on board, I invited the Indigbos, I invited the Arewas, the Nupes, the South. I had a meeting with them so that we can live, we can have a collaboration. We can live together in peace. And that once you engage the leaders of those ethnic nationalities, then there will be peace. Once we have any issue, just send for their leaders and, there will be solution.
So far, it's been quite interesting. And for us, we're not only impressed, but of course, this is one local government that is rising and is working. Chairman, very importantly, for a local government of this nature, since you're autonomous, you will need to be able to generate revenue to continue and sustain this laudable project. So, what are those revenue potentials in the local government?
Actually, Ajeromi doesn't really have this huge revenue generation, potentials. But we have markets, we have few industries around, we have some slaughter slab, we have, and we've been able to capture all our revenues. And that's why at least we could generate something reasonable. At least I can tell you so many projects was executed with the generating of our revenues.
Okay, sir. There are challenges in administering a local government. So, what are those unique challenges your office or the local government is facing, and what efforts are you making to try to address them?
The challenges you face are unknown adversaries. Sometimes you see, mostly comes from politicians. But with the wisdom of God, I've been able to manage all our sundries. Because, let me give an instance. I wasn't the only one that contested for this position. But I threw an olive to other contestants. So I was able to embrace everyone, bring everybody on board to have a successful tenure. Apart from that, I don't think you'll have any challenges.
So, Chairman, what are the future projected innovative ideas, programs, and projects you intend to bring on board to create more impact in the area of development for your people?
What I did, like when I came on board, first, this local government need to have a website where you want to apply for a contract. You can go through our website. You want to get maybe a student grant, you go to our website. Our jam distribution is mostly done on website. Our GC distribution is also on website. Most of what we do are daily activities We already flag off a 700 capacity ICT center. So our local governments can also have a CBT center for JAMB and GC. The construction is on along new roads. So these are part of the innovation. So we want a future Ajeromi who will be proud of I can use system without fear. Because with the way the world is going, even secondary school students' exams will be done on computer.
Okay.
So we're trying to prepare them for the future.
So can you share with us your website and other social media handles?
Our website is ajeromi-ifelodun.lg.government.ng. Our Facebook page, Ajeromi-Ifelodun Olalekan Olu.
Ajegunle is, I will call it a city of talents. Music, sports, entertainment. What have you done in the area of sports? And of course, encouraging skills.
I'm also a sport enthusiast because I used to play football while I was in school. I used to play for my secondary school, Oluwa Memorial Secondary School. That is the same place that is housing our new constructed football pitch, track and field, basketball and long tennis that was newly built by our Lagos State government. We are trying to encourage our youth. We are among the 6 local government that has registered for Lagos State Under-17 tournament. Also, there has been an outstanding competition, which is a tradition in Ajeromi local government. I met it on ground. The final was played. Another final will be played in completion of my 1 year in office too. So one way or the other, I've been able to encourage. Then Ajegunle is also known for entertainment. I'm having a program coming up which all past songwriters in Ajeromi will have 2 days to showcase their talent to, that's in my 1 year in office. The likes of Daddy Shoki will be there, Baba Frayo. All this, we're just trying to revive those glories we have. They are still here. You have the Maracana. If you go there now, you see our children under 18, under 14. Maracana field, they are there.
With the commissioning of the Tolu schools, this no doubt is going to create a very big impact in terms of education. So how are you managing this? Because it's not all about just commissioning a huge project of that nature. Maintenance is very key and providing the necessary resources.
Yes. I think I've lived up to expectation when it comes to taking charge of Tolu. I go there often. I even provided security to all the entrance to that complex morning and night so that there will be proper maintenance of those facilities so that people don't come inside and vandalize those facilities. And that's what I've done. Personally, we are paying them under our local government. So I'm also always in contact with District 5 that manages the education sector of this local government. So I think we're good on that.
What's your relationship with the local security, the police, the army, and other security agents? What's that collaborative relationship?
Yes, we have very good collaboration together. And we used to have a monthly security meeting. And I want to tell you, if I call any of the DPO today, if I call the barrack chief, if I call the Navy commandant, they will swing into action because we have this cordiality among us.
On a final note, what's your word of assurance, encouragement to management and staff, council, Lagosians, and of course, your partners in the area?
To the management, let me first of all appreciate them for their cooperation because they've given 100% cooperation. Because you cannot execute all these projects without the cooperation of the management staffs. Because, most of the perfection of documentation will be done by them. So you need to be in good collaboration for them to, do what they needed to do to bring development to your own community. And we've been good, 100%. And to my entire citizen of Ajeromi, they should expect more development. I don't just sleep most times. I think of development, how to bring development to the community. In a few days, we're going to be having free medical eye operations for our people, because I realized the issue of eyes has been very common, cataract, and I just felt, let me still do something for my people. So my people should expect more in governance, in development, in benefits, bringing succor, bringing the hands of the federal government, because I'm also partnering with the federal government to make sure projects that cannot be done by the local government, they come to our aid. My final word is, they should all believe in the government of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, that he will definitely bring the transformation he promised. It might take some little time. Tough time don't last. Tough people do. And Asiwaju is a very tough man, whom I believe has started this change mantra, and it will continue. Before the completion of his 8 years, Nigeria will witness the change we expect.
Thank you very much, Honorable, for granting us the opportunity to speak with you and to also share your dreams, your efforts, initiatives to drive development and growth in Ajeromi-Ifelodun local government area. Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome.
Quite appreciate you. Well, we've been speaking with Honorable Olalekan Akindipe, the Executive Chairman of Ajeromi-Ifelodun local government area. You've heard it all. This is a local government that stands for progress, development, and of course, accelerated empowerment for the citizenry. And so we want to wish him well. And subsequently, we're going to be bringing you other local government chairmen on the show. So that's it on Local Government in Focus. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment.